The Republican National Convention is upon us, making Cleveland relevant again for the second time this year.
Woo!
God damn, Cleveland. Good job, Cleveland. Doing a great job. Anyway, the main speaker for the Republican National Convention was Donald Trump's wife, Melania Trump, and she gave a speech last night that was quite interesting. Let's take a look at the video.
Barack and I were raised with so many of the same values, like you work hard for what you want in life, that your word is your bond, that you do what you say you're going to do.
My parents impressed on me the values that you work hard for what you want in life, that your word is your bond, and you do what you say and keep your promise.
That you treat people with dignity and respect, even if you don't know them and even if you don't agree with them.
That you treat people with respect. They taught and showed me values and morals in their daily life. That is a lesson that I continue to pass along to our son. And we need to pass those lessons on to the many generations to follow.
And Barack and I set out to build lives guided by these values and to pass them on to the next generation, because we want our children and all children in this nation to know that the only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard for them.
Because we want our children in this nation to know that the only limit to your achievements is the strength of your dreams and your willingness to work for them.
And it keeps going on and on for a little bit.
It's kind of absolutely preposterous, ridiculous, hilarious, depending on your level of involvement with the political landscape up to this point. If you already know a lot about how Trump rose to power, how he got as powerful as he did up to this point, you're probably like, this is like the most obvious thing that could have probably happened.
And like, look, everyone has speechwriters at this stage, and we all know that. We all know that.
And so did Michelle Obama. And I think John Favreau, Obama's old speechwriter, had a part in
John
writing.
Favreau's the fucking man.
I know, he's very cool. Anyway, we know his girlfriend. She works for Sunshine Stacks. Anyway, this is public information. Don't worry. So going back to the story, one of my favorite parts, there's two things that I love, and I'm going to get into like a little bit heavier of a political side here, but bear with me for a second. One, Newt Gingrich came out and said that, Melania's involvement in the campaign is great because it really shows that Donald Trump cares about immigrants.
Wow. I did not hear that.
What the f***?
It's really funny.
It's so stupid. Everyone's so stupid.
It's okay to be an immigrant as long as you're a model.
Yeah, no, that's what he said.
As long as you are beautiful, it's okay.
He followed it up with by saying Donald Trump cares about immigrants, only legal ones.
Yeah.
So there's that, but then my second and still probably the most favorite part is when Chris Christie came out and said, "I don't know how you think both of these speeches are similar."
Yeah.
It's like, Chris Christie, I'm gonna tell you right now. You might have heard it here first. You're not the vice presidential pick anymore, dog.
Oh man, he's such a sad guy.
You fucking lost it, dude.
Look, they initially they said this was media bias, and then they tried to blame Hillary Clinton's campaign, of course, which is like that's what they do. But an independent journalist actually found these two speeches were identical.
Where is the fucking bias?
Yeah, there's
Where's
no bias.
the bias?
You
put it side by side, you see that it's the identical speech. It's identical to one another.
So how do you think this happened?
Dude, they probably looked at Michelle Obama's speech and some intern in the group of interns was like, with very lack of oversight, obviously,
was
just like, I'm just gonna rewrite this speech a little bit.
You can't, like, how many people did this go through?
Plagiarism happens more frequently than you would think, especially in the political landscape. Come on, dude. Like, I mean, Joe Biden's a known plagiarist. Like, everyone's Everyone plagiarizes in the political realm.
As bad as this, though?
Yes.
Okay, as bad as this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Verbatim, line for line. They do that all the time. Now,
so
that isn't to say, but
so then it isn't a big deal then.
No, it is a big deal. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It showcases it's another instance of lack of oversight, poor planning, and just overall laziness on behalf of the Trump campaign. And they've shown this time and time again. But it's almost, at this point, it's almost like Donald Trump is like, has made ignorance a virtue.
Yeah.
Where he's like, it's authenticity. I'm just going to be a dick. I'm going to be a bigot, and everyone's going to love me.
I'm not going to be authentic, but I'm going to yell authenticity, so it's going to be authentic if I yell it.
It's mind-boggling. And then Donald Trump came out and said that, of course, as he is known to do, because he's very Sue happy, he came out and said that it's preposterous to say that this was plagiarism, and anyone that thinks it's plagiarism or says it's plagiarism, well, I mean, I'm not directly quoting him here, but kind of said, like, we'll see the wrath of my legal team, yada, yada, perpetuating our American litigious culture. And I wanted to really say that word. That's my
litigious.
favorite, my word of the week. And it's just, oh, God, it makes me so...
It's
like,
sad that like
first,
this whole campaign, this whole
I used to laugh at
system is just so
I used to sit back and laugh at it, and now it's like, come on, guys, what will it take? It's not going to be Melania obviously plagiarizing this speech, but where will people stop and think like, wow, like with all the craziness that's happening in the Republican National Convention, what will allow people to just see how
this is part of the
ridiculous.
show. It's part of the fiction. You know, everyone keep watching. They're gonna keep loving it. Is it too much to ask the First Lady to like read her script beforehand and like kind of be into the process? Because they're saying that she was part of the process. She had a speechwriter. They wrote it together.
Oh yeah, Donald said that. No. Donald said that Melania wrote most of her speech, and that
makes it even worse.
We're a little bit of oversight, but oh wait, hold on. We haven't even gotten to another part that I forgot to mention earlier.
Yeah.
There is there's a quote that you will find to be very familiar to you if you're aware of a common internet trend called Rick rolling, where at some point in the middle of her speech, Melania said, "He will never give up," she said of her husband, and most importantly, "He will never, ever let you down." How cringy is that?
Oh!
And then Donald Trump should have came in like,
oh my
"We're
God.
no strangers to love." Yeah, like, oh my God, I can't believe they're just Rick rolling people.
Yeah.
They're Rick rolling America at this point, and people are just like, whatever, I'm still gonna vote for him.
You can't make this shit up.
I mean, it's just what has happened. Okay, so there's another thing that I also want to mention. They said that there was incorrect information out on the internet about how Donald Trump had then went forward and plagiarized Obama's tweet. We're gonna show you that right now. Where he congratulated his wife and said, "It was truly an honor to introduce my wife Melania. Her speech and demeanor were absolutely incredible. Very proud. Hashtag GOP convention." As you can see up top, that is identical to Barack Obama's tweet. However, Snopes.com immediately dismissed this.
Come on, look at the font. The font
It's very obvious.
different.
The font is different. Barack Obama's not verified, and the date doesn't match up with the Democratic convention from 8 years ago.
The bottom,
yeah, it just doesn't. There's so many different reasons
Times
why it
New
wouldn't match
Roman.
up. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware that no, Donald Trump did not actually plagiarize Barack Obama's tweet, even though he probably, knowing him, he probably should have. He should have just done it and then been like, "F you, America."
Yeah.
Like, this is what I just did. Anyway, yeah, so Trump's campaign says that Melania Trump's words were her own.
How is this going to affect anything?
Absolutely not. But what came out of this, the aftermath, is something that I love about the internet, which is the hashtag that came out that said...
That's sad. That's the best thing that came out of this.
Hashtag famous Melania quotes. Hashtag famous Melania Trump quotes, sorry. Where basically really famous quotes uttered by really important figures in American history were attributed in a joking manner to Melania Trump. I thought it was really funny. Jesse Williams had a couple really great ones where he said, "I have a dream," hashtag famous Melania Trump quotes. I think that was probably one of my favorite. It's like, you can basically say anything at this point and attribute it back to Melania Trump.
You know what's going to be fun? Like in like 20, 30 years, looking back and seeing what hashtags were trending in what year, way back when. There's just going to be like a whole database of hashtags. Like, oh my God, people were
People were talking about this. Like this is what people were talking about.
Anyway.
Work. He's.
Is that a hashtag?
Hashtag Melania Trump quotes. I don't know.
That's the best one.
I am Malcolm X. Like you might win some, but you really lost one. Or like I think when I saw a Wayne Gretzky one that was one of my favorites. No. When he's like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Hashtag Melania Trump. Okay. What do you guys think? Obviously, the Republican National Convention is a circus at this point. Are you a Republican? If you're a Republican, what do you feel about what the is going on in the RNC right now? Like, honestly, please leave us your thoughts in the comment section below. Like us on Facebook. I'm Hasan Piker. This is Amir Nakui, and we'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.